Have you recently retired, only to find your daily routine mostly involves trips from the couch to the fridge? Does that sound familiar? You thought, finally freedom. But instead of exploring new places or picking up new hobbies, your biggest adventure has become another cup of tea with a tasty snack. Today, we're going to talk about how not to turn your well-deserved retirement into an endless battle with extra pounds. I'm going to share 6 simple but highly effective tips that can help you enjoy your life to the fullest without constantly overeating. And the final tip, by the way, might just surprise you. But first, let's figure out why this is happening in the first place. It's quite simple. Before your day was meticulously planned, work, commute, household chores, your body was accustomed to a certain rhythm and energy expenditure. But now, there's a lot of free time on your hands, and often, either from boredom or out of an old habit, your hand just reaches for a snack. What's more, as you get older, your metabolism naturally slows down. So we eat the same amount, but our bodies burn far fewer calories. It's not your fault. It's a common trap many people fall into. But the good news is, there's a way to escape it. Alright, let's start with the most crucial point. Tip number 1. Bring structure back into your life. Sounds a bit militaristic, doesn't it? But don't be alarmed. We're not talking about boot camp. Just think back to your life before retirement. You had a clear schedule. Wake up, work, lunch at a set time, then back home. Your body and brain grew accustomed to that rhythm. Now, that familiar framework has vanished. You suddenly have a lot of free time, and your brain, not knowing what to do with itself, opts for the easiest and most readily available source of pleasure. That's right, food. So what should you do? Create your own enjoyable daily routine. This isn't a prison. It's more like a roadmap for your day. Start simple. Determine a comfortable time for waking up and going to bed. Try to eat breakfast, lunch and dinner at roughly the same times each day. This disciplines not just you, but your stomach too. It will learn to send hunger signals at its designated hours, rather than whenever it feels like it. And now, for the exciting part. Fill the gaps between meals with enjoyable activities. For example, from 10 to 11 in the morning, take a walk in the park or do some light exercise. After lunch, dedicate an hour to reading your favourite book or watching an interesting film. In the evening, call your kids or friends. When your day is filled with activities, even small ones, boredom simply won't have a chance to drive you to the fridge. Food stops being the main entertainment and takes its rightful place. Just one of many pleasant parts of your fulfilling day. This is a simple, yet incredibly powerful step. Alright, we've got the timing aspect covered, but it's not just when you eat, it's how you eat that truly matters. And this brings us to our second piece of advice. Eat mindfully. So, what exactly is this mindful eating all about? Let me be clear right away. It's not about weighing every salad leaf or painstakingly counting calories. Quite the opposite, in fact. It's about rediscovering the true taste of your food and learning to listen to your body's signals. Let's be honest. How often do you eat dinner in front of a blaring TV or scroll through news on your phone during lunch? At that moment, your brain is preoccupied with the TV show's plot or article headlines, not with signals from your stomach. It simply doesn't register what you're eating. As a result, you might consume far more than you actually need without truly feeling full. Let's debunk a common myth. Eating in front of the TV isn't relaxation, it's self-deception. Try a simple experiment. For just one meal a day, eat in silence. Turn off all your gadgets. It's just you and your plate. Look at your food, take in its aroma. Chew slowly, savouring every single bite. You'll be amazed at how much more vibrant the flavours of familiar dishes become. And most importantly, you'll know exactly when you've had enough. This isn't a diet. It's a way of showing respect for yourself and your body. Great, we've mastered mindful eating. Now for tip number 3, which is incredibly simple, yet its effectiveness will truly amaze you. So, tip number 3, befriend water. Often, Our brain plays a little trick on us. It confuses two completely different signals: thirst and hunger. The centers in your brain responsible for these sensations are located very close to each other. So, when your body is dehydrated, it can send out a signal that we mistakenly interpret as a craving for a snack. Imagine this scenario. You're sitting comfortably reading a book, and suddenly a thought pops into your head. Maybe I should grab a cookie. Sound familiar? The next time you catch yourself thinking that, don't rush straight to the snack cabinet. Do this instead. Drink a glass of plain, still water. Just regular water. Then wait 10 to 15 minutes. You'll be surprised how often, after this simple action, that phantom hunger simply disappears without a trace. It turns out you weren't hungry, you were thirsty. Make it a rule to drink a glass of water 20 to 30 minutes before each meal. This won't just help you avoid overeating by partially filling your stomach, but it will also significantly improve your digestion. It's a perfect example of how the simplest solution can often be the most brilliant. And remember, tea, coffee, or juice are not water. Your body specifically needs pure water. All right, so we've mastered mindful eating. Now let's move on to our third tip. It's incredibly simple, yet its effectiveness is truly remarkable. So here's tip number 3. Make friends with water. Our brain often plays a sneaky trick on us. It confuses two completely different signals: thirst and hunger. The centers in your brain responsible for these sensations are located very close together. So, when your body is dehydrated, it can send a signal that we mistakenly interpret as a craving for a snack. Picture this scenario. You're relaxing in your favorite chair, engrossed in a book, and suddenly a thought crosses your mind. A cookie sounds really good right now. Sound familiar? Next time you catch yourself having that thought, don't rush to the snack cupboard. Do something else instead. Drink a glass of pure, still water. Just plain water. Then wait 10 to 15 minutes. You'll be surprised how often, after this simple act, that phantom hunger simply vanishes without a trace. It turns out you weren't hungry at all. You were thirsty. Make it a habit to drink a glass of water 20 to 30 minutes before each meal. This will not only help you avoid overeating by filling part of your stomach, but will also improve your digestion. This is one of those times where the simplest solution proves to be the most brilliant. And remember, tea, coffee, or juice, those aren't water. Your body specifically needs clean, pure water. All right, so we've found a hobby that truly captivates us more than food. What's the next step? That brings us to tip number 5. Make your kitchen your ally, not a minefield. Let's be honest, it's incredibly hard to resist temptation when it's constantly staring you in the face. If there's a candy bowl front and centre on your counter, and your fridge is jammed with processed meats and high-fat sauces, even the strongest willpower will eventually crack. It's not that you're weak, it's your environment setting you up to fail. So, let's embark on a little kitchen reorganisation. Let's transform it into a safe, friendly space. Get all those unhealthy temptations out of sight. Candies, cookies, chips. Tuck them away deep in a cupboard. Better yet, just don't buy them in large quantities at all. Instead, put a beautiful bowl of washed fruits, berries, or pre-cut vegetables, like carrot and celery sticks, in the most prominent spot. Now open your fridge. What's at eye level? Make sure that's where you keep containers with healthy snacks, natural yogurt, cottage cheese, or pre-cooked chicken breast. This way, the next time you instinctively open the fridge door, your gaze will immediately fall on something nutritious. This simple trick works on a subconscious level. We're inherently lazy creatures, and we tend to grab whatever is closest and most accessible. So let's make sure that's always something healthy. And finally, we arrive at our 6th, and perhaps most meaningful and heartfelt piece of advice. Turn your meals into a social event. Think about it. How often do you eat alone? Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Just you, yourself, and your thoughts. It's in these moments that we often eat mindlessly, quickly, barely noticing the taste or how much we're consuming. Eating alone especially when driven by boredom or sadness, is a surefire path to overeating. So let's change that. Make an effort to share your meals with others as often as possible. Call up friends you haven't seen in a while and invite them over for a meal or just tea. Arrange with your neighbours for shared weekend lunches. Organise a family dinner, gathering children and grandchildren around the table. When you eat in pleasant company, your attention naturally shifts from the food to the conversation. You chat, you laugh, you share updates. The eating process naturally slows down. You eat more consciously, savouring not just the flavours of the dishes, but also the warm, inviting atmosphere. Food transforms from a way to quiet loneliness into an occasion for joyful connection. And that, believe me, changes everything. You gain the very positive emotions you once tried to fill by reaching for an extra serving. And now, for the crucial point we touched upon earlier, the common thread that connects all these tips. That's right, none of these 6 points are really about food. Quite a revelation, isn't it? They're about how to truly enrich your life with purpose, joy, and connection once you've retired. Think about it. Establishing a daily structure isn't about calorie counting. It's about regaining a sense of purpose and a stable routine. Hobbies aren't just a distraction from the fridge. They're an opportunity to discover new passions and the joy of creative expression. Mindful eating isn't a restrictive diet. It's a practice of gratitude and truly appreciating the here and now. And shared meals are about building connections and combating loneliness, far more than they are about calorie intake. Overeating, more often than not, is merely a symptom of boredom, a feeling of unfulfillment, or a deficit of positive emotions. And when we focus solely on fighting it directly, we often miss the bigger picture. So the real secret to preventing overeating in retirement isn't a battle at all. It's about creating a new, engaging and fulfilling life, where food occupies an important, but by no means central role. Thank you for watching this video until the end. If you found this useful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our future content. And now, a question for you. Which of these tips resonated with you the most? Or perhaps you have your own tried and true method for enjoying a retirement life without overeating. Share your insights in the comments below. Let's discuss it together.